because we've been talking about this Badang quite a bit. The first skill with a knockback with the mini stun is able to do so much, especially within the jungle. So Onyx Philippines needs to be a little bit more passive, but that leaves that top side in two tanky boys, someone that, you know, a little bit less mobile in terms of these teamfight engages, but this is a pro level match that we're talking about.
Checking out this matchup, Kirk and Luke. I wish it was a more action-packed matchup of XP lane, because that's what I was thinking Badang would go there, but again, this is Coach Etomax now at the helm. He knows their play better, and we'll see how it pays off. Check out the emblems here. I don't think there's anything out of the ordinary. More often you're seeing this super Prince build on mages in their emblems. Moreno now acknowledging the monster mage.
Yeah, the Super can't win the Weapon Master though, so taking down the jungles will be a little bit hard. Getting the cables out just in the nick of time before Brusco knocks him up, but in the mid side, Light taking a little bit too much damage. He will live to tell the tale another day. As Onyx Philippines looking to ramp up the aggression coming in.
Oh, look at that. I call that a TKO. Sending home Light just in time for him to recalibrate, recuperate. Now coming in, Super again. Again, I haven't seen this Fanny cross the river as much. Is it just me, or is Bigatron Alpha still reading how much Onyx Page is letting them through?
I think they're getting a little bit more patient as the turtle's starting up. Looks like it's going to be going into the hands of King Kong for this one. No engage, no starting of the fights from Bigatron Alpha. That's a lot of damage taken by Light itself. The spear will not land as Light gets to safety with a sliver, a pixel to bat.
You know what else did not happen? The use of the retribution.
Oh, they're all coming in.
This orange.
There's 4 members coming in. Luke comes in. He jumps in with the AOG, but it's not enough. He's getting targeted right now. Onyx Philippines, they're trying to get what they can and get out, but the rest of Bigatron Alpha, they're standing in the way. They're building a wall. They're pushing them away, keeping Super Ken's buff safe. They touch and they go. As Onyx Philippines, their aggression is showing in the second minute of the game.
See, this is the beauty of Onyx Philippines. They're so good at their mechanics. They understand exactly how much and what it takes to get the job done, that King Kong knows that he shouldn't have retried and force the orange steal, because that would have been a great punish from Bigatron Alpha, given that they are rocking again this early build. Badang, the fact that you put it in Rome means he understands that he's just a CC machine.
Yeah, like, I want to add a point to that. Onyx Philippines is so mobile. Every single one of the heroes in Onyx Philippines, they're really high dashy heroes. They're able to just come in, do a little bit of damage, and get out just in the nick of time. You also have Kelra who can come in anywhere with SOD. So that's a very strong lineup in the early game for Onyx Philippines. But coming into the late game, we hyped up Badang a lot. But in this game, Badang doesn't really have a lot. But Super can, no way to run or cable out as Onyx Philippines taking control of Bigatron Alpha's jungle.
Kirk getting out of here, the jump from Luke.
The AOG knocks up 2, but it's not enough. Brusco tries to block off the back line from getting into it, but Kirk gets taken down by Moreno. Brusco's next on the chopping block. Will be able to get out safe, but not for long as Luke is saying, no way, Jose.
That's the punish we're talking about. In tight spaces like that, if you give Bigatron Alpha an inch, they will take a mile, and that'll help them score the second turtle of game number 1. Onyx PH, here's the beauty again of the space that they had, given how much Bigatron Alpha committed to that punish. They know what the next step is. Luckily, for BTR, the next step is a slow step, because the third turtle, very important for both these teams. Look at how now Onyx has to recover. What that next step is, I reckon, is to play from long lane. We haven't really seen them visit the top lane as much, and that means it's now up to Eman and Kelra. Oh man, it's gonna have to come down to Eman and Kelra. Coming down to Eman and Kelra, where that power spike is gonna happen and who's gonna draw the first blood. Oh no!
Yin reaction. Super Friends gets locked down by Luke with the AOG, knocking up 1. Kirk is blocked by that. Whoa! That's the power of the Badang, but no damage is enough to take Kirk down. But for now, though, the power of Badang is coming into play. The stuns, the micro stuns, the perma stuns coming in from Light is coming to fruition. There's 3 and 2 for Bigatron Alpha. A little bit economies away from Onyx Philippines, but it's starting to show. Their aggression is starting to ramp up as well to match that jungle aggression from Onyx Philippines. I just want to see how Super Ken is able to play around this Fanny, because it does look like 0-2 and 0. Not a very strong start.
So you see now how Bigatron Alpha preempted that rotation up top. You see how they were ready to welcome Onyx PH when they weren't ready. And now I'm thinking Super Friends. You gotta protect Super Friends a little bit more. Yes, you are a frontline mage. Oh, nice
they found Light. Won't be able to survive that one. Carol picks up that kill. SOD goes wide to Moreno. The diversion brings them out to harm's way. What a save from Super Friends coming in. They touch and they go. Onyx Philippines. They back out, but the power of Onyx Philippines is getting that Kelra. There's a specific play style that you want to have when you're playing around that Moskov. Moskov having a free farm on that long lane. You don't really need to join in that fight. Just farm up, keep pushing down turrets, getting that side split push, and getting the SOD to land, or hope that it lands, and it comes in for the team fight.
Big power spike here, that golden staff right now coming in. King Kong gets the turtle again. Turtle number 3, the red-headed beast taking it down. Now quick rotation, Kirk dropping it in, the jump from Luke.
A little bit too premature for the glorious pathway. Luke pops that revitalize to keep himself alive just for a little bit. Onyx Philippines, they know their extent of their heroes. They know that it's a little bit too early to take this fight.
An ult for an ult. That is still the major objective scored by the M6 World Champions. And luckily, the pickup by Bigatron Alpha. So the robots do have a trade. That top lane tier 1. Just in time for the lane swap. Kelra taking to it. Making sure that the waves crashing through will not go in vain. And look at that. The teleportation. The diversion. Who do you bring? That's Light?
Oh, they don't know.
Company.
They don't know.
They don't. This is one of Light's favorite bushes, by the way.
Oh, they're going in. Super Ken starting to trade. He's getting knocked back, but in the middle of the games, okay. They don't want to take this one. Kelra still stuck in that bush. It's 1v1. They touch and they go. There's a drive-by. King Kong down the mid-side. Takes out Luke.
All right, so you could call that a failed rotation from Bigatron Alpha. They tried. Again, if you have... Oh, look at that!
There's a fist crack onto Super Frizz. And a little bit more! The Super Ken takes him out the ball game and barely escapes death with the cables. And Onyx Philippines, they're scrambling. And this is a very dominant team coming in. And we undermine the power of Bigatron Alpha. Coming to game 4 and 4 in the 8-minute mark. This is the late game of the series.
Yeah, we are ramping up. First Lord spawning in the upper quarter of the map. Tier 1 down bottom taken. So yeah, call it a failed rotation from Bigatron Alpha, but they were just setting up. That pickoff right there in mid does definitely signal that Bigatron Alpha's not done. Lord spawning already, and both teams, neither of them want to take this for free, because mid lane tier 1 still stands. Is that a scramble in mid?
Yeah, there's a knock up and a push. We have the dragon knocks Luke back. Will not be able to survive this one. The glorious pathway, they're hunkering on to Moreno, but it's not enough. The tower still stands strong enough to save Bigatron Alpha from dealing more harm.
All right, so both teams respecting the space and the engagement range that the other will and should give up. But look at this. The mobility of one Moskov. Bigatron Alpha has no choice but to send Super Ken. He's the only one really, besides Moreno, who's willing to give the diversion, that can take care of the Filipino Savage.
Yeah, it's a very, very risky play, sending in the Fanny away from that Lord, and now they're starting things up. Super Ken able to get that cables out of the way, just prepping for that Lord dance coming up.
Choros, you see now exactly what we mean by it's not just Kelra you're taking care of.
It is not.
The fact that King Kong has been playing this so slow, so well-paced, so deliberately, he's sitting at 2-0 and 2. If you check the gold rankings, I bet you he's at 1 or 2, not to mention EXP. Sitting at level 13 against Super Ken.
Skirmish up top side. Super Ken gets a half health. Diversion play goes up top. They want to surprise them from that back line. AOG goes on to cut off any escape routes, and Kirk soaking up so much damage, even with the glorious pathway. And Kirk taking everything. That's when he goes wide. No Kelra coming into the battle, and Philippines. No one spawning. A lot of damage coming through. Busco gets a little bit too deep, and Lemon showing that damage coming through. Super Friends, no way to run, no way to hide, but the knockup will keep them safe. As King Kong coming in, trying to chase down anyone, but on the bottom side, Kara just takes down that tier 3 on that bot side.
Ain't nobody watching the gold standard. For the past 30 seconds, Churros, you were calling the action up top.
Can't see him.
No one saw him. No one paid attention. And look at this, King Kong walking away. Smooth as a Sigma, taking that Lord all over the map. Onyx PH getting wins.
The power of this Choke is putting himself in harm's way. Speaking of which, the Glorious Pathway slows everyone down, and Kirk delaying and buying as much time as possible for the Lord to march down that bot side, sound the horn, sound alarms, and sound the whistle.
Not to
It's a
mention
skirmish coming in.
the solo kill.
Yeah.
Kara solo killed Super again. Oh man, look at the synchronized wave. It's Super Ken! Fresh trauma, he back on top!
There's no way that Super Ken is able to take down Kara now. He's starting to be that monster. Gold Standard showing us what's what. Lord marching down on PH, shifting into high gear. You want to take down at least all the 3. Oh, wait, back out the right with the dash out just in the nick of time to save himself.
All right, Glorious Pathway set in by Kirk. Mid lane's gonna crash. Top lane, the only one standing. Onyx PH, they smell blood.
They smell blood, but AOG knocks down Kirk, but it's the wrong one there. Super Friends with a strong windstorm to take Luke out of the ball game.
All right, 4-man defense. Luckily, Bigatron Alpha still has Moreno. Good use of the yin-yang stacks. Can push back Onyx PH, holding on. Light could catch a softie. Eman hasn't died, so I guess that is one light. No pun intended. One hope that Bigatron Alpha can still defend.
Yeah. Sonic Philippines, they're coming in. Kirk taking a lot more damage. Glorious Pathway keeps himself safe for just a little bit, but it looks like a barren wasteland as Onyx Philippines pilgering in to Bigatron Alpha's base. Bigatron Alpha scrambling to defend and clear up the last of the minion waves. Onyx Philippines, they back off. They know what they came here for. No more T3s, but Super Friends in the chase. You don't see Kara there. He's going for the back line. Kara getting down low. Gets knocked down to 1. Fistcrack takes him out. And Moreno takes down that kill. AOG and onto the back line. They want to go for Super Friends next. They don't have Kara. They need to run for the hills. They're chasing it. They're strong. But Bigatron Alpha, they touch and they go. It's a drive-by. Taking out Kara is the biggest saving grace for BTR.
Truth be told, not much of a shutdown goal there, but the fact is, Kelra put himself in a position where he can get punished, and Bigatron Alpha made sure that that was not gonna stand. Former teammate in Etumax knew Kelra's tendencies. He knew that Kelra was willing to do that and taught his boys, hey, watch for these little bushes. Even as a Moskov ahead of the opponents, you can catch him there. So this should slow down Onyx onslaught. This should slow down the 4K gold lead. Lord spawning in the lower quarter. Bigatron